Thanks for tuning in to The Real Deal Show, brought to you by ebodyboarding.com and Tribe Boards.
Hey folks, Jay Reale here along with Vicki Reale, and welcome to The Real Deal Show. And we are on location at WacoSurf in Waco, Texas. We are super honored, Vicki, correct me if I'm wrong, we are super honored to have Amy with us. Amy, welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. So, Amy, what is your role here at WacoSurf? Give us the lowdown on that.
Quickly, I'm the Director of Sales and Marketing, but I wear a lot of hats here. I happen to be married to the General Manager, Mike Schwab.
Okay.
So if there's anything he needs, I also help with.
Okay.
I wear a lot of hats here, but mainly sales and marketing.
Okay, so sales and marketing encompasses a lot. Obviously, you have your social media channels that you have to. Are you the one that puts out the WacoSurf?
I am.
Instagram. Do you do a Facebook page?
We
Is there
do
Twitter?
Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube.
Wow. So anytime any of you see any of the posts here for the WacoSurf I follow Instagram. I don't do all the other stuff, but this is the lady that does it all. So yeah.
Any questions you have, I'm the one answering back.
Yes.
So please be nice to me.
So you can probably tell by the accent that she is from down under, like my wife Vicki.
Oi,
so,
oi, oi.
Yeah. So tell us about your background. Where are you from in Australia?
I'm from the northern beaches of Sydney, in Australia. It's where I met my husband Mike, working in the warehouse at O'Neill Wetsuits.
Who's American, by the way.
He is American.
Much like us.
Yeah.
He's from where again?
San Diego.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So Southern California. We had this awesome opportunity. We happened to know one of the owners that was looking at it. Mike and him have been best friends for 20 or so years. And Dave is his name. He reached out to Mike and said, we need your help running this thing. What do you think? Yeah. Mike and I said, we'll give it a go.
Yeah.
So you basically were living in Australia and you decided to relocate to Waco.
Well, even worse, we were living in Hawaii at the time.
Wow.
Yeah. So Mike said to me, we'll never live anywhere we can't surf.
Okay.
Technically, he's not wrong.
So, I mean, you guys were living in Hawaii. What were you doing over there?
Mike was running a clothing factory, clothing company, Hanano. So they also like a beer and clothing company.
Yep.
And then this opportunity came up and we thought, let's go to the mainland, see what happens.
Wow. So you guys are just super fluid. You lived in Australia, moved to Hawaii. Were you on Oahu?
Yep, southern part of Oahu.
Got it. Okay.
Wait, had you been to Texas before?
I actually have a sister that lives in Texas, so I had been once.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a far stretch from the beaches of Sydney to central Texas. And
right in the middle.
You had been here once, but you probably knew about what was then called BSR Surf Resort.
Correct, yes. I knew about BSR from all of my friends in the surfing community back home, so I knew about it. I think we visited once before Mike said, yep, I'll take the job, and I was like okay, we're doing this.
Well, that's cool. So, I mean, you guys, you knew of BSR, which opened in 2016, am I correct?
Yeah, they added the wave pool in 2018, but there was the slides and the cable park and little bits and pieces they were adding on.
So the first I had ever heard of this place was Jamie O'Brien's vlog.
Yeah.
I think he was like the first guy to really crack open the Pandora's box of this wave pool, which was really interesting because at the same time Kelly Slater had kind of launched previously information about his wave pool, but then this one came on board and it seemed more like an everyman's opportunity because Slater's wave pool was sort of private at that point and this became public immediately after it opened, right?
Yep.
And anyone could come here and book sessions, and it remains that way to this day. So talk about the public sessions versus the private sessions. How do you do all that?
Yeah, so it's obviously, we have a finite resource, which is waves.
Yes.
We have a certain amount of waves we can produce, certain amount of time we have. So first we take any private bookings that we have, so you can book those up to like 2 years in advance. And then after we have the private bookings, we'll schedule in our stay and surf bookings, which are the public sessions we can pre-book you into if you stay with us in our hotel or cabins. And then after that, anything that's left available goes online about 4 to 6 weeks in advance.
And what are you finding to be the case is most of the time booked up in private sessions now, because public sessions seem few and far between?
It depends on the time of the year. So obviously peak season, the rates go up for private sessions, so we'll have less private sessions and more public sessions, which is awesome. You know, everyone's on holidays, everyone wants to bring the family, do a couple of public sessions. So then it comes to now in October where the rates drop, everyone's kind of back in the groove, back to school, back to work, we'll get more private sessions. So then the public sessions become less available.
Got it. And then as the water gets colder, I would think the private sessions become probably the thing that people book the most. Am I right on that?
Yeah, so we'll normally it gets pretty cold here towards December. So the colder it gets, we'll start doing like deals, you know, like get a bachelor party together or get a couple of families together.
Yeah, so I mean, how cold does it get in the winter? I know, but tell our viewers who may be interested in water temperature in November and December. Do you know in Fahrenheit?
Yeah, I only know in Fahrenheit.
Oh, okay.
I'm the same. Forget Celsius.
That's the crazy thing about our pool. Because it gets so shallow, it reflects the outside temperature so closely. So in summer, when we were getting like 115 degree weather days, the pool got up to like 88 degrees.
Did it?
Yeah. So and then
I love that too.
At the end of last year, we had that cold front, so the temperatures here got down to, and it started snowing at one point. So the water temperature got down to like 45 at one stage.
Whoa.
Holy moly.
Yeah.
So booties, gloves, and hoods.
Oh yeah.
But that's when you get the deals.
That's
want
when
to
you get the
suffer a
deals.
little bit, you're going to get the best deals on the sessions. And of course, the website is WacoSurf.com. You can go on there, get all the info, contact Amy and her team, and book sessions. So, you know, how has it been here for you personally, just to touch on that as a sidebar, living in Central Texas, being a beach person, living on the coast all your life in various locations? Has it been
Cowboy
a,
land.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, it's a totally different culture to,
For sure.
you know, where you grew up. Is it difficult to adjust to that?
Weirdly, not at all. So we went Sydney, Hawaii, San Diego, Waco. Waco, other than Sydney, obviously, is the place where I've heard the most Australian accents. We have so many visitors from Australia here that I'll be sitting in my office and I'll hear like, how you going? I'll pop my head out and be like, where are you from? I also find that the Texas people are very similar to Australian people. They love a drink. They love to have a laugh at themselves. They're very they're very chill and slow. So
that's right.
Do you find that too, Vicki?
Yeah, just like down to earth kind of people.
Yeah.
You know, you're in this Texas like yeehaw kind
of. It reminds me of
lifestyle.
Australia a little bit. Yeah.
Well, I found
pretty
that
easy.
Vicky has traveled to the heartland of America a lot, and she seems to really be taking a liking
I love Texas.
to the central part of the United States in general. Very down-home, friendly people
For
here.
sure,
And you'll
With
find
waves.
that.
Oh yeah, with waves. Yes, that does help.
Yeah. You'll find that if you come to Texas. I mean, our Texas Tube Tour, we go to a classic Texas barbecue joint. We enjoy, you know, a little bit of the local culture. It's just super friendly and comfortable here. A lot of wide open space. And if you come here during the summer season, by the way, not to branch off from what you're saying, Amy, but I mean, there's so much to do here. You got the wedge slides, you have the lazy river, you got the wakeboard action going on. So during the season, there's no shortage of fun to be had here at WacoSurf, right? So do I sound like a brochure? Right?
Do you want my job?
Yeah, right.
Are we moving
Oh my gosh, I know. Yeah, we may be moving to Waco. San Clemente, our house is on the market. Yeah, but so back to the the wave pool here. I mean, you mentioned you hear Australian accents, but in my 7 times here to WacoSurf, I've noticed that most of the people that I meet here are from other places. So you have people making this a destination for surfing, right? So it's not just locals. We'll get to that in a minute, but where have you had people from literally? Yesterday we met some people from Israel.
Yeah.
So all over the world, right?
It's super cool to meet people here because you have no idea where they're from. They
Yeah.
could be from down the road, they could be from Israel. We
Yeah.
have a group coming in from Brazil, I think tomorrow. I mean, we meet all kinds of people.
Yeah.
And are
It's
they
awesome.
mainly coming here because they want to train? They want to get that air reverse on that right, so they do it over and over and over and over. Is
They
it like
want, most of them want the guarantee of waves.
Yeah,
So
right.
like you can go on a trip to the Maldives or whatever and you
Yeah, you
can
never
get
know.
there and you never know, right?
Right.
Whereas you come here, we push the button, the same wave happens and you can land that back air or whatever you're trying to
Yes.
land, you
Yeah.
know? And it's also the wave count. You can come with a group of
Yes.
6 people and be so dead, or you can come with a group of 30
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
and you're all gonna get waves.
Yeah.
Like it's,
And I did a sneak peek in the tower this morning with the, the iPad-ish
Oh, yeah,
type
the
thing
this.
where he was like, okay, we're pressing buttons. How many wave types are there?
last I counted, there was between 30 and 40, but they're always
Wow.
generating more. So like,
Really?
They're figuring it out.
Yeah.
Still.
yeah, and we'll tweak waves as we go as well. We'll get the techs out from Perfect Swell, and they'll add profiles in, and we'll test them.
Oh
That's
my
how I know how
gosh.
cold the water is, because we
Oh,
had to
yeah.
test it last February when they built new waves into our system. Chilly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
wow.
But you forget about that when you're riding and getting barreled and having fun out
Mm-hmm.
there. The water temperature is secondary, as long as you have the right gear, of course.
Oh, yeah.
So you have to have
Yeah.
the right gear.
Yeah.
And I love
Yeah.
that because as bodyboarders, we, on our Texas, I was going to say Talby Tube Tour, on our Texas Tube Tour, we try and bring bodyboarders because we feel like there's waves here that are specifically awesome for bodyboarders.
Oh, yeah.
The hollow, wedgie, barrely, launch ramps.
I've been watching you. I don't know what the moves are called, but doing the spinnies and the flippies.
Let's call them that.
It's been great watching from my office.
Yeah, it's
love
probably
it.
totally different than you get when
Yeah.
surfers coming,
But it's fun. Like you'll see the flippers up in the air.
Yeah.
It's been fun to watch.
I love that.
Some
Yes.
of those settings are, ideal for bodyboarding.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. So, the other part of this is a lot of people have very limited time these days. They're busy
Yeah.
with kids and work. They maybe have 2 or 3 days to go on a surf trip. They can't go to Indonesia where it takes 2 days just to get there,
Sure.
or Maldives.
Uh-huh.
They can come here to Texas, and not only, like you said, are they guaranteed to get waves, but everyone gets the same opportunity because you take turns. Everyone's going to get barreled. So on a lot of surf trips, you may go, there'll be waves, and she'll get way more good waves than I will, and I may come back really bitter.
Yeah.
Because
Never
she
going
got
here
way
again.
way more good waves than I did, but not at WacoSurf. Everyone
Yeah.
gets the same opportunity. Everyone gets great waves, and you can do it in 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that can put a kibosh on the whole thing is lightning,
Yes.
which is not that often, obviously. And the later in the year you get, the less chance you get of that lightning. So obviously the winter sessions, though cold, you're going to get a better chance of good surf without the threat of. I mean, we've been here 7 times. We've never had a problem with weather.
Why jinx
So,
it?
yeah, right. Yeah. So, okay. So let's move forward and talk about, you guys are. It's under new ownership here. What improvements have been made since the new owners took over? Let's talk about that.
So the new owners officially took over April 2021. We had been working on the deal for about 2 years prior, doing due diligence and all of that kind of stuff. Since taking over, it's a lot. So like we've redid the whole hotel, all interior and exterior. Rockstar built a new bar for us. Rockstar redid all the cabanas for us. We upgraded and redid the wedge slides. We've upgraded the cable park. We also changed all the interiors of the cabins. And then we added 2, soon to be 3 new houses on property. They were there before, but they were only for like the ownership. So we're renting those out to the public now as well. So Lake House and Roadhouse, private, own pool, own entrance. So
And one has like a wakeboarding option, right? There's a dock in front of it.
yeah, there's a dock in front of it with a mile-long lake in front of it for wake surfing or wakeboarding.
Too fun.
Yeah, so a lot of people don't know that this kind of front half of the property is only about 100 acres. We have another 380 out the back.
Oh, do ya?
Yeah,
Wow.
so we're just like focusing our energy right now on the front half, figuring out the rest later.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
you're doing it what we call piecemeal. You know, as you get the funding available, you make improvements with that funding, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, so obviously from our perspective as guests here, we see you've added the hot tub.
Oh,
you
yeah.
have the Surfside Shack,
Yes.
Yeah.
which is awesome because there's an option to get, you know, coffee in the morning and epic, you know, tacos and beer if
Pizza,
anybody
yeah.
wants to
Yeah.
do that. Pizza, well, I don't know if there's pizza anymore, but
No more
the
pizza.
food options, who knows, they may change from time to time, but I got to tell you, the carne asada
Oh my
on
gosh,
point
so
down
good.
there,
I know.
really
Yeah.
good.
I have to limit myself
Yeah.
because you can imagine.
Yeah.
But moving forward with, I mean, we're sitting here, you can't see this, folks, and the camera right behind me is a beautiful bar, which they can do private events, and there's a hotel right over here. You can literally stay on site. You could sit in your room and watch the waves break.
Yeah, it's a dream.
Yeah, so moving forward,
Yeah.
do you have anything that you can tell us about as far as improvements you have planned?
Yeah, for sure. So there's a few things that we have in the works for next year. There's a new attraction, hopefully we'll be able to reveal a little bit more about. You might have noticed there's some black fencing up.
Ooh, exciting.
Yeah.
Off camera, we're going to get the logo.
Yeah. And then next year we'll be looking at like all of our accommodation offerings and food and beverage offerings and kind of revamping and redoing and elevating a little more.
Yeah.
You have full hookup too, don't you? Or
Yes,
not
we
yet?
have 5 full RV hookups as
Yeah.
well. Yeah.
Yeah, so just along those lines, Vicki and I came here for an event called the Foam.
Oh, foam wreckers?
Yeah,
with
Foam
Red Bull?
Wreckers a year and a half ago, and we actually rented a RV van
Yeah.
and stayed over.
That's when
On
rent-a-car
site.
companies were so expensive, and we were like,
Yeah.
well,
Let's get a van.
Let's get a van.
So we got a van.
drive.
We hooked up to the
Yeah.
electrical and sewage and
Yeah,
stayed
it was
on
awesome.
site and walked here in 5 minutes. It was a beautiful walk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know this is sounding like a promotional video for Waco Surf, but you can tell how much we love it. We keep coming back. This is our 4th Texas Tube Tour. No injuries this time. Everybody had a blast.
That's good.
Yes, always good. You know, there are hazards. Obviously, this is a wave, and whenever you do any kind of athletic endeavor, no matter where it may be,
Sand,
there's always
reef,
potential
concrete.
for injury.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but you know, fortunately, everyone's good. And by the way, in the public sessions, you know, the waves that we show in our videos, we do the expert waves, the high level stuff. But there's an intermediate setting. There's
a
a
beginner.
beginner setting.
Yep.
Do you do the beginner settings only in the summertime, or do you do them year round?
We'll probably stop doing them in November when it gets a little cold.
Right.
They're just less popular as
Sure.
it gets colder. But yeah, through summertime, we'll do 2 a day, and then we just added a beginner academy. So like we'll teach you how to surf, teach you how to pop up, how to paddle, where to sit, what direction to
So you have
paddle.
instructors in the water with the surfers.
Yes, we'll always have a staff member in the water with you guys to help you guys give you pointers and make sure everyone's being safe. But we
Yep.
added like an additional lesson if you want to actually learn how to surf with us.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's
Which
cool.
I took a few times and they taught me some stuff that I didn't even know.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool because,
Yeah.
you know, as a beginner, half the battle a lot of times is just paddling out.
Yeah, duck diving,
Getting in
yeah.
position, getting the timing. This takes all the difficult elements out of surfing and really just focuses on the fun part, which is
Yeah.
riding a wave. And it's a very easy beginner wave that they have here. So my point being that if you come here during the high season in the summer, you can do it all. You can have an expert session for the expert surfers in your family. You can introduce surfing to the beginners in your family with the beginner session. Just the key, I think, is to log on early in the season to book your sessions, right? Because they
Yeah.
book out fast.
Or you can reach out to us and do our Stay and Surf program where we'll book your accommodation and your sessions for you. So we'll show you beginner, intermediate, and expert sessions, and then you can choose which ones you want, and we'll lump your accommodation in, get it all booked at once.
Love it.
One-stop shop.
Yeah, what I want to know is there potential to go like expert, like bigger, better, barrelly. Like, can you have like an 8-foot wave in this using this technology?
You can use this technology, not in this size pool.
Oh,
so
so
to
it
get a
has to
bigger
be
wave, you
bigger.
need way more water.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we
Huh.
need to like triple, quadruple kind of the size and like the
Yeah.
water capacity.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So along those lines, are you guys finding that there's in the future there may be way more competition? You know, there's
Oh, yeah.
wave pools going up in Palm Desert, you know, all
Yeah.
over. think there's one coming in Oceanside near us, 20 minutes south of us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, are you guys concerned about that as far as like making sure you stay in like with it to the technology?
For sure. Yeah. So that's why we're kind of upgrading everything around us. We have a
Yeah.
really unique property here. We
Yeah.
have so much land and so much we could do with it.
Yes.
So like we can really build that experience where you come and you stay with us and like everything's here for you rather than
Right.
just being the pool, you know?
Yeah,
More of a
that's true.
destination resort
Yeah.
as opposed
People
to just
are already
going for a
coming,
few
yeah.
hours.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Totally get it.
Sure.
I mean, this is an amazing place. Vicki, anything else you wanted to
Yeah,
run
you
by
know
Amy?
what? I wanted to ask you about the guy. I've heard stories. Maybe you can tell me who opened this. Who started it? Isn't
Oh,
it like?
yeah.
Isn't it like this? Yeah.
Yeah,
you tell us.
he's a local Waco dude. It's kind of funny. So the lazy river goes directly around the surf pool. It's like perfect, goes right in the middle. The lazy river was built first, and then someone said to him, "You know what would fit in the middle of that? One of these new wave pools."
Wow.
Yeah. So they went, okay, and they put in the
Wow.
wave pool.
Was
Like,
he just a farmer though? Like, what was he? Did he just like start a?
he has like a family business in Waco that's kind of nationwide. So he has some capital he has access to that he could build everything with.
So
Yeah.
he's like, hell yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
I mean, how did he know it would work? I
Yeah.
guess he saw that a
Yeah.
trend before other people did.
Yeah, so he
Yeah.
was originally a barefoot water skier, BSR,
Oh,
barefoot
okay.
ski
Barefoot
ranch.
ski ranch.
Yeah.
Yes.
So he built that, and then people would come to him with ideas, and he would
do it.
He would build. He had the
Yeah.
land to do
I
it.
love
So
that. Yeah,
That is
I mean,
cool.
we Jeff Henry and the
Schlitterbahn,
same exact kind of situation.
Yeah.
So they're forward-thinking people that
Yeah.
have a vision for what could work, and they're
And
right.
available funds, yeah.
And now here we are in 2022,
Yeah.
and moving forward, obviously great things planned. We're
Mm-hmm.
really excited to find out what's in the future for Waco Surf, but just log onto their website periodically, and you'll eventually see what Amy's talking about in terms of upgrades.
Oh, yeah.
But folks, if you want to join us for our Texas Tube Tour, we just had another absolutely epic Texas Tube Tour with a bunch of great people. Go to the bottom of our website, click Bodyboarding Travel, and you'll see the trips that we have, and this is one of them that is just a winner every time. So yeah,
Guaranteed
anything
barrels,
else?
huh?
Oh yeah, it's guaranteed fun, guaranteed barrels, and a little Texas culture mixed in, which
Yeah.
is really the crux of why this is unique as compared to what, like Amy said, just going to a wave pool for a few hours
Yeah,
somewhere
right.
else. This
Yep.
is a full immersion opportunity, especially if you stay on site, right?
Yeah.
Because you're getting the full package out here.
Yeah.
So we love it. Vicki loves it. I love it. Amy loves it.
I love it.
She has to love it because she's stuck here, whether she likes it or not. But anything else, Amy? Anyone you want to thank or?
I want to
anything?
thank you guys. I love having you guys out every
Thanks.
year.
We love
I hope
it.
to see you again next year.
Definitely. We're gonna work that out. But folks, thank you so much for watching The Real Deal Show. If you're watching on YouTube, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel. If you're listening on the podcast, thank you for listening. And folks, as always, for Amy and Vicki, we'll see you in the surf. Ciao.